Being an outstanding basketball player means that there will likely be a number of awards received. However, no award is more treasured in women's basketball than the Wade Trophy. Named after Lily Margaret Wade, coach of three-time national champion Delta State University, the Wade Trophy was first presented in 1978 as the first College Women's Basketball Player of the Year award. The Wade Trophy has been awarded annually since then to the Division I women's basketball player in the U.S. who excels on the court and serves as a positive role model both off and on the court. Eligible players are sophomores, juniors, and seniors who represent, quote, the spirit of Margaret Wade, unquote. They must be academically eligible with both the NCAA and their institution, as well as reflect the principles of sportsmanship and ethical conduct as defined by the NCAA Constitution, Rule 2.4. A Wade Watch list is formed by Women's Basketball Coaches Association, or WBCA, at the beginning of the season, and the list is refined throughout the season based upon team statistics, improvement from year to year, and contributions to the team and community. Coach Wade selected the Division of Girls and Women in Sport, or DGWS, a unit of the American Alliance for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance, or AFERD, to host the trophy named in her honor. Later, DGWS would become National Association for Girls and Women in Sport, or NAGWS, and in 2000, NAGWS entered into a marketing partnership for the Wade Trophy with the Women's Basketball Coaches Association. NAGWS and WBCA worked together to select each year's honoree and present the trophy at the WBCA National Convention, which is held just prior to the Women's Final Four in that same city. State Farm Insurance has been the corporate sponsor for the Wade Trophy in recent history. In 2016, WBCA bought sole ownership and all rights to the Wade Trophy. For the past several years, the issue of eligibility for first-year student athletes has been discussed within the committee. Outstanding players from the first-year class, such as Brittany Griner and Maya Moore, were supported in some camps for the Wade Trophy, but NAGWS in particular held strong to the concept that it is very difficult for a first-year player to represent the spirit of Margaret Wade and be a positive role model both on and off the court while adjusting to college life and a tougher playing schedule. To date, no first-year student has received the Wade Trophy. Margaret Wade is considered the mother of modern women's basketball. She guided Delta State University's Lady Statesmen to 3 consecutive AIAW National Championships, 1975 to 1977. The Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, or AIAW, was the organization that governed women's collegiate athletics prior to the emergence of the NCAA as governing body for both men's and women's collegiate sports. AIAW ceased operations in 1983. Wade was born in 1912 as the 8th of 8 children in rural Mississippi. Her parents were farmers. In the mid-1920s, she played forward for Cleveland High School. At the time, high school women's basketball was very popular in small towns and rural communities, so Wade was quite popular. Later, she would coach that same high school team for 25 years. She enrolled at nearby Delta State and played basketball there for 3 years. In 1932, Delta State disbanded the team after a national group of college-based physical educators launched a campaign against women competing in sports. The group claimed, quote, women were better served by moderate exercise and non-competitive play, unquote. Wade would later say, the administration thought the game was too tough for young ladies, So, we burned our uniforms. Although she was not able to play in her senior year, Wade did graduate from Delta State. She earned a postgraduate degree from University of Alabama and also studied at Duke and Columbia. In 1972, Wade was hired out of retirement to reinstate the Delta State women's basketball program. In her first 4 years as coach, Delta State won 4 Mississippi state titles, 3 regional titles, and 3 national titles. Her record for these years was 109 wins and 6 losses, for a .947 winning percentage. In 1977, the Lady Statesmen sold out half of their games and made more money than the men's basketball or football teams. One of Wade's most noted recruits was 6'3" Lucy Harris. She was the only African American on the Delta State team, which had just recently been integrated. Harris would play in the 1976 Olympic Games, where the U.S. won a silver medal. She led the team in scoring and rebounding, and scored the first U.S. basket in Olympic women's basketball. In 1977, Harris was drafted by the NBA's New Orleans Jazz in the 7th round. She was not interested in playing in the NBA, but did play professional basketball briefly in the 1979-80 season with the Houston Angels of the Women's Professional Basketball League, or WBL. Delta State player Wanda Hairston said, quote, "Coach Wade wanted you to prove you could be an athlete and a lady at the same time," unquote. In fact, the coach was very ladylike and refined herself. Lucy Harris recalled that Wade never raised her voice, but she always wore a pin beneath her jacket that said, "Give them hell." She would never say that, Harris said, but she would just open up her coat. Wade retired from coaching again after the 1979 season, but continued teaching basketball coaching classes at Delta State until she retired in 1982. She had a lifetime winning percentage of .789, and her Delta State team was the first Mississippi team to play in Madison Square Garden. In 1986, Wade was the first woman and the first women's basketball coach to be inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. She was also enshrined in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 1999. A Mississippi historical marker honoring Coach Wade was unveiled on the front lawn of Cleveland High School in 2008. And in 2014, a statue honoring the legendary coach was unveiled on the Delta State campus. Coach Wade said, "The secret to coaching is working through your players. You have to make them all believe in you." Pat Summitt, longtime University of Tennessee women's basketball coach, said, quote, "Anyone that knew Margaret was touched by her life. She had a passion for teaching and a desire to win that was hard to quench," unquote. Wade's peers knew her to combine the traditional masculine athletic qualities of assertiveness and determination with a more conventionally feminine exterior. The first Wade Trophy winner was Carol Blazejowski from Montclair State in New Jersey. Other recipients have included Cheryl Miller from USC in 1985, Jennifer Azzi from Stanford in 1990, Jackie Stiles from Southwest Missouri State in 2001, and Candace Parker from Tennessee in 2007. The only 2-time winner until 2005 was Nancy Lieberman from Old Dominion, who won the Wade Trophy in 1979 and 1980. That accomplishment was finally matched by Simone Augustus from LSU, who won the Wade in 2005 and 2006, then by Brittany Griner from Baylor, who won the award in 2012 and 2013, and most recently by Breanna Stewart from UConn, who won the Wade in 2015 and 2016. Maya Moore from UConn is the only 3-time Wade Trophy winner and only sophomore to win the award. Moore won the Wade Trophy in 2009, 2010, and 2011.